The next presentation will be on the topic, how to be an entrepreneur. And this will be presented by Mr. Abdulwahab Al-Ahmari. He is the CEO of Saudi Geophysical Consulting Office. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Ahmari on stage. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. It's by coincidence, it's going to be chapter 2 for Mr. Delta's presentation. It's almost copy-paste what I'm going to say. We both started our own business and we created companies and started doing the oil sector. So it's just, I was sitting there and I see your slides, I see what you are saying about how to start, how to do people, how to choose your partners. It's copy-paste what's gone through me. So the purpose of my presentation, I always been invited many years ago just to inspire the young Saudis, especially the young Saudis, to start their own business. So they've been inviting me to do some talks in King Salman Center and so many places. I'm going to go through it just to convince them and to inspire them to be an entrepreneur, to start your own business and stop knocking the door for the government asking for jobs. That's it. So you will see it's a mix. How did I start? Who am I? And what type of business I have been done. I will give you some advice or recommendation. And if you want and decide to do your own business, how you're going to do it. So these are the group of companies that I own now currently. Saudi Geophysical, Environmental Development Company, Geophysical Equipment Factory, and Rafa Gulf Contracting, and Rafa Compound, Rufan Compound. This is me. I'm graduated from King Saud University in 1995, and this is me in the field in 1994 during the field in the summer. Okay, the company ID. It came to me, the company ID, when I was in the third year of, in the university. I like to be always different. I didn't want to be such normal person in the life. I didn't know why, but it's just like that. I always like to be different. So when I was in the university in the third year, I noticed my doctor, he's Sudanese, his name is Dr. Tahir. He always go during the weekends to do some studies for farms, to find where is the water for them. And he take me sometimes with him during the weekend in the university in Riyadh, and we help him in data interpretation and data processing, part of the work that I do it for him as a homework. So from there, I asked him, why you do it? He said, we are the only one. We don't have any private companies are doing these things. It's only for oil exploration, but for water and environment, no one exists in Saudi Arabia. So the idea came to me from there. Why don't I do it at that time? So what kind of company? I decided to be a consultant. I want to find water and to save the environment for the people. And the foreign companies, as I said, all are foreign companies, and they are all focusing on oil exploration. Okay, first step, it was always, the planning. Start in the private sector, I sit with myself and I started to think what I have to do. My advice for everyone, you have to plan yourself from the beginning. So you are in the high school, plan for your university. You are in the university, plan for what comes after the university. Don't wait until that time comes. So planning is really one of the key elements. It was very successful to me. I always plan myself for next 5 years. I have target, I have to work on it. I have plan A, plan B. If A failed, I go to plan B. If plan B failed, I have to recalculate things and go back to it. But always I have 5 years plan for myself, always. So I started to think that, okay, let's go for 3 years and resign. I go to the private sector, I learn from them, I save some money. And after that, I started my own business. And I decided that it's going to be when, after the 3 years in the company, I have to resign. And after 3 years of working in the private sector by myself, I have to reevaluate what I have done. So that's why my plan before I graduate in that summer. So I had two offers, one from Schlumberger and one from Argas. It's a joint venture between Saudi Arabia and the CGG, the French company. And they gave me something that it's going to be more focused on geophysics. So I like it more. They told me, we'll send you to the desert. You will be there, and you're going to spend nothing. and we will give you everything. So it was really a good thing to me. As also that I'm going to enjoy 4 weeks off, so I can travel, I can do whatever I want. So a step forward. When I was sitting and planning, I started this with a small laptop in my home, in my bedroom, and start to do my own plans. Which is, I have to first I have to start my own office. I have to feel that I go in the morning, I go on working, and do these things. And then I rented this small office. It's a very small, tiny one, and this is my father real estate office here. It's my father, so I take with a stair, small one here. It was only maybe 5 meters by 3 meters, the space for this office. And I started to Saudi Geophysical, but initial business plan together. My business plan always, when I do it, that a time for improvement. It's strong marketing, and we always have to think and act as big. Never estimate or underestimate yourself. Once you underestimate yourself, you cannot present yourself good to your client. You will never convince them. So be confident of yourself. One of the things that think big, I have to do like everyone. So in 1998, I started doing my website. The internet was just started in Saudi Arabia. So I have my domain name, Saudi Geophysical. Always I have my business card. Always I have my name, Wahab at Saudi Geophysical, as an email. The people, and I started with a 3 years plan for that, and start to grab some opportunities to do it. And one of the things was always in my mind, dress to impress. And believe me, people who saw me, one of them is Dr. Abdulaziz Shaybani and Dr. Abdulwahab F. I was hoping that he's here. Once they saw me in the beginning, they thought I have an army behind me. They see me how I am dressing, how I am act, what I am doing, business card, website, emails, very well organized. They think there is an army, 20, 30 people are assisting me in my group of companies. Okay, and it was only me. I was the HR, the CEO, the finance, CFO, everything, and the field engineer, I was doing everything. Okay, the first step, I cannot do everything by myself. So I hired one guy, Sudanese, with a diploma in geophysics, and I bought my first car from my money. This is called Sonoma from GMC. I bought it in 1998. It was a stock, 1997, installments. So this is the first car I bought it, and still I have it until now, and I maintain it, because it's the first car I took it from my money. So I started to bring someone to help me. While I go for marketing, he will be in the office and he will be waiting. He helped me to do these things. And with the time, I started to get some projects with the cost and sometimes less than the cost. So you can see in the Lahsa project here, it was only $13,000 for almost 2 months. And this is me and Jafar, and we recruited someone per day, helpers to assist us. And this is my resistivity meter to do the work, to locate 13 water wells. After that, we awarded Medina project, and we started to do some seismic. All these equipment I rented from CACS in Riyadh to help me in the project. So I started with a break-even and very small projects, tendering. So this was because of the strong marketing. I went in the beginning in 1998, I went to each university. I talked with every doctors there, every them. I tell them that this is me. If you have anything, I can help you. I can do the field work and you do the data processing and interpretation. Do whatever. Leave the dirt work and the hard work to me. I assure you, I will give you a very strong data and good data. And it did work because the government, they trust in our doctors. They come to them that we have a project to do it there, but they don't want to go onto the field. So I was the one who was going on to do the field work and to collect the data. So all these projects came to me because of the strong marketing. I was just going and drop myself and knock doors for people. I don't know them. This is me this is the first project. It's here on the top of the list in 1999. It's National Brown Company. It's a $300 million capital head company. I awarded this project, and as I told you, the CEO for this company, after I gave him such excellent presentation in his offices in Jeddah, he awarded the project to me. And I came to work. I brought my car. I brought my engineer Jafar with me, the technician, and we started to collect the data. After 2 weeks working there and collecting the data, everything, I am the only one he see him. So he came to me and told me, Abdulwahab, is it only you? I said, yes. So you are everything? Yes, I am everything. And this is my assistant. So the way that I did approach him, it did convince him that this is a big consulting company. And we can do everything by ourselves to do with that. After that, we take a Al-Ahmari project with the Crown Prince Migrin. And after that, we have the municipality of Dammam project. Okay. Start participating in deep technical exhibitions and conferences. Present. You have to be presented in every place. I've been participating in each conference happening there. With all the money that I have remained, I have to present myself into the conferences. I show them we are exist, we are there. Even we are only 2 or 3 people, but even though we have. So I believe I do believe in that marketing is part of it. You have to exist in such conferences that you can. And technical things, it will open doors for you. So the real challenges started in 2002. It was in 2002, yes, in October exactly. My first project, I take it with Aramco. So if you see it, this one is after 5 years from starting my own business. First project, I take it from them, it was for geological and geophysical data management contract. And after that, in 2004, we reached 17 people working in the company. After that, we awarded with Saudi Aramco also Willock Digitizing. On 2006, the Geoscience Supplementary Manpower Consultancy. 2007, Asir Dams and Wadis Hydrological Consultancy with the government. So it's been rolling, and I was extremely happy, and no one can stop me from success and to do this job. And what happened? It's a disaster. 2010, financial crisis. 2009, it did hit me. I started 1/1/2010, 0 project. I swear to God, 0. After all this success, all these projects with Saudi Aramco, 0. Why? Because of the financial crisis, Aramco cut their projects, government cut their projects, so it's been a small cake, small part of the cake, and a lot of people are fighting on this small part. The prices, one of my projects, I've been doing this for 6 years. My competitor, he bought 50% less than me. So we started 1/1/2010, 0 project. But because of the financial situation, we are keeping reserve and following. You will see it later on. I will tell you what I was doing, which did help me to survive for 1 year. And I have more than 70 people in the company. Okay, first thing, I have done it, and this is an actual picture that we have it on that day when they told me that the last project we have it, we lost it. So I gathered everyone in the office, and we sit all together, and I did speak to them. I told them our situation. Gentlemen, unfortunately, we started the year with a very bad news, which we lost everything. We don't have anything. Okay? But I will tell you one thing. I was saying to them, I will tell you one thing. I have a very good feeling, and I'm very positive that 2010 is going to be the best year for Saudi Geophysical. Honestly, no one believed me. But because I believe that I have to be always a positive person and to work on that. And we did not, so, and deeply inside me, I was really cracked down. But I have to feel positive and let the people feel positive for 1 year. I am saving a lot of money, so we've been spending salaries and everything during that year from the reserve that we have. So creative things, go where no competitive market is found. Also, I studied the Middle East and Africa, especially countries with sanctions like Libya, Syria, Sudan, and Iran. All the Gulf region, at that time, there is no project there. So I said, where can I find a project, or where can I go and work? I decided that, okay, that's good. Countries with sanctions, no competition, no one wants to work to them because of the sanctions. The dollar's currency, no one can work, or even the Western companies cannot work. So I decided, because I was attending all these conferences, especially the international one, I always have cards and contacts. So I take the cards for the people, I meet them in Sudan, in the conference outside. I started contacting them, hey, I am willing now to come and to open there in Sudan. They told me there is a conference there in Sudan, come and participate there, in that conference. So the approach was to become international in order to survive, to get more business. This is me, and this is my airplane. I hope I have it, I own it. And I went to Khartoum, from Dammam to Khartoum, and we participated. When I said you have to act big, this is what I mean. I have zero project. I don't have anything. Okay, but I never show it to my client. So here I was meeting with the Minister of Oil. You see my exhibition. I take a big booth, and I've been working with them and convincing that I never lied to them. I did not say that I don't have work, but I told them I am Aramco contractor. I am doing this and this and this to Aramco. So I did not cheat. I did not lie, but I did not tell all information. So they didn't know that I am broke up. I don't have anything to do. So, and really, and the participant in the conference and the challenge business, 4 projects were granted to Saudi Geophysical in 2010. We have 2 projects before the end of the year. And honestly, by the end of the year, we awarded the biggest project we have it in 1 year, in 2010. So I promised my people, and it's been successful in the end of this year. And as I told you, act big. You see that I was broken and everything. And I was acting big. And I put my head here. I told them I will be a gold sponsor for you. And see the name, who I am competing with, Schlumberger. I did not underestimate myself, so I put myself with them. So there in Sudan, I have no projects. I have to feed my people. I have to pay salaries and everything. Even though I did act big, I never go there and decline myself or I underestimate myself. So even not silver sponsor, not bronze, no, I went gold. I have to show people how strong I am. And by the end of the year, we did awarded a lot of projects, and until now, we are working in Sudan and very successful in Sudan. By the way, we've been invited now to take one of the blocks now after the sanctions. So we are looking to be an oil producer in Sudan. After that, I started my company. It's called IDCO, Environmental Development Company. This is when they tell you the right person with the right ID on the right time. This company did cost me almost $20 million. So it was a big fund required, partners with degree, which is, I told you, not any partners. I did not go for people with what they call them money bag. I was very selective in the partners, which is, I agree with Diltev that you have to be selective with your partners. It's like a marriage. You have to take people with your mentality, with your attitude, and the work. So I was very selective in choosing my partners there in the company. I put standards for them. They have to be working with Saudi Aramco as a consultant or engineer, something like that. They have the standard, they understood of the market, and also they are a businessman. So they are always, they've been all of them with these same standards. They are an added value to the company. All of them are engineers with MS degree and PhD degree in the company, and they are also engineers. And they have a lot of projects with Saudi Aramco. So one thing that Mr. Diltev, that he dealt with it, which is, he said that he learned from the failure and to see that from which to fail. And to see where people can work. From my side, I was looking for always for who been successful. I see how did he do it, and I try to follow him. So and also in your competitors, don't put your head on the best like what you have done because of your market there. I go always in the weakness of my competitor. I see where is the part of the weakness in my competitor. I go to it because he cannot compete with me. But if you go and build such a big company and compete with the Baker Hughes, with LWD and these things, it's going to be big. So the challenge is it's hard. Always, when you go to the market, study the weakness of your competitor and go target this one. After you can compete with him in his strength. So this is the company there. This company, $20 million. I returned my investment in 1.5 years. Because of the crisis happened in Saudi Cayenne, they have a crisis, so they have to dispose all their waste to me. I was the only company just opened recently. I have the capacity. So within 1.5 years, I returned my investment with the $20 million. It's luck and coincidence. So the right person, but the initiative, which is I'm telling you, the chances comes to who is ready. It will not wait for you. Okay, we have a problem, come and solve it. No, who is ready? He will grab the chance. He will win. After that, we established the geophysical equipment factory. It's to build the geophones and to compete. And the idea came for this facility is in Saudi Arabia, the largest producer in the oil, and why no local experience, no local exploration products, and decided to take the challenge and start our own geophone. We started it, and thanks to God, Saudi Aramco, they did hear about us, and they like what we are doing. And with Wa'id, I'm very proud that they believed in us, and now we signed with them a contract. They are a shareholder shareholder with us, and we are the first company for Wa'ad to buy them. So we have Mr. Mufti Majid with us as a board member, and the CEO for Wa'ad is Mr. Wasim. He evaluated the company and chose us, and we are very proud with that, and we will never fail them. We will be successful, inshallah. After that, I created, not after that, with that time, I created a company. It's called Rafa Gulf Contracting. I'm not a contracting company. I don't like to spread thin. But why I created this company? Because when I started to build geophysical factory, when I started to build IDCO, when I started to build my own compounds, I found that there is the local contractor. Either I go with a very expensive one or a very cheap, low quality one. So I could not do it. I told one of my brothers, come, I will buy a truck for you. I will bring you visas and people, laborers. Start to work only for me. I want a good quality with a reasonable price. So that's why I created this company, and I don't run it. My brothers, they run it. So this company is working only dedicated for my group. These are the people, and this is a recent picture for them. This is Rofan Kamban. By the way, Rofana is my daughter. I have 3 boys and 1 girl, so she's everything to me now. I put the name with respect to Msaad, my son is here also. So I have now Rofana 1 and Rofana 2. Why I created it? I created it as an investment. And part of it is to put my consultant there. Because when I failed in my project in 2010, I learned that my weakness was I don't have the compounds, they are increasing all the prices for the compounds. So I have to build my own to put my consultant there so no one can control me in the price. In 2007 and 8, we've been recognized as one of the Saudi growth. The awards in 2010, the Harris Arab Business Leaders Award. And the 2013 King Salman Award, I take the first place as the best entrepreneur in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And in Saudi Aramco, I have the Excellence in Action from ArcelorMittal, the High Technical Performance. Municipality of Dammam, we have the Excellence in Performance also. It works because God the blessing and excellent clients. And really, I did take some mentors to me to do about the excellent client. And in your business, you have to work every day. You have to watch your business by yourself. Don't rely on others. You have to be there. You have to work. Working hard, which is part of it, which doesn't mean the whole day, but you have to wake up in the morning, do your job hard, and be a very productive person. Showing up at the work and working, which is mean when you go there to the office, not because you are the big boss and sitting on the couch and watch people. No, you have to work even by yourself. Help them and work with them. So show up and work. Luck, as I told you, yes, I believe in luck. I've been very lucky. Having involved mentors, I choose 3 mentors to me in every place. In business orientation, Dr. Adil Bushnaq, I always ask him, Dr. Adil, I have this project. What shall I do? Shall I take it or yes or no? And he was telling me and directing me, no, this department, they are not that good. This government department, I don't recommend. They are very tough. You might lose and they will destroy your company. So always, and in finance, I have my brother. He's a financial manager in Saudi Aramco. I always ask him, what is the proper way? Because I am not a finance, even not in the business. So he always advised me, in financial situation, you have to do 1 and 2, 3. And because of his advice as a mentor in finance, I always keep reserve 30% of my income, keep it in the banks. And this did help me in 2010 during the crisis. So if I did not listen to him, I would not been able even to continue the company in 2010. But because I listened to him as a mentor. And the technical, I have so many people work with me as a technical mentor. I always ask them and send email. One of them is Dr. Shebani, Dr. Abu Khader from UPM, Dr. Tahir from King Saudi University. So these words, it works for me, and it doesn't have to be for everyone. But for me, and from my experience for the last 18 years, it did work for me. So always set up your own business plan. Choose your words wisely, always. So like when I'm talking with you now, I never say I always say we. Which is give yourself and the impression that we as a big, which is give you act as a big. Always try to speak not loudly, gently with your people. Smile with your clients. Never been upset or something. No, always try to be smile. Always use your words before you go to the meeting. Don't quick react. I advise everyone, never ever reply immediately to anything, even by phone or by email. Write your email and leave it. Come the afternoon, come next day, I'm going to tell you, many of your emails, you will cancel it or you will change it. So never react immediately, just leave it. Work evident, don't look to your mirror, which is what I mean to don't look to your mirror. It's don't be the judge on yourself. The client and the people outside, they're gonna judge you. So some of the people, or they sit in front of the mirror and they said, "Oh, I am so nice, I'm beautiful, I'm handsome." If you are a male, if a lady did not say, "Oh, you are handsome," don't believe yourself. And the same for the female. If you are not beautiful, you don't see male following you and approaching you, don't believe in yourself. So don't believe in the mirror and don't judge on yourself. Let people judge on you. Be a good listener, which is I told you, always listen to people, listen to them, take advantage from from their experience, choose from the people that you listen to them, like what I have done. I have in finance, I have in business ethics, I have in technical things. People, I always listen to them. And when my client or anything come on back to me, I listen to him. A very good listener. The client is always right. We have a lot of Aramco here, is it? You guys always right. You are always right. Never, ever argue with your client. Even if he is wrong. This is not your business. He pay you to do this. And when he gives instructions, they just take it in written. That's it. It's not your business. You are a contractor, you're going to do your business. So never argue with your client. Never say, no, even if he's wrong. As I'm telling you, never argue with him. Be positive, no matter what the situation, which I told you, always see the positive side from any things come to you bad. See the positive thing. Save the smile till the job is end. Don't be happy that you awarded the big project. Be happy when you do the project correctly, the client is happy, and you still have money as a profit in your pocket. So people, they get happy that when they build a project, oh, we awarded a $20 million project. And in the end, he gets lost. He lose money. He's broken. So don't start from the beginning. You smile when the project is done, client is happy, and you still have money in your bucket. You can spend it. 1 minute. Okay. Read, which is, I'm going to tell you, you have to read a lot. Read books in administration, in business, and these things. Okay, before and after. This one I use it for the youth and the young in the university slides. I show them to inspire them and to ignite the ambitions inside them, to show them how we can do it. You know, the young generations in the university, they love the luxury life, luxury cars, luxury things and things. Okay, so this is what I tell them always. This was my office. Oops. This was my office here, and this is my new office, as you can see it. This was my, that was my home, my first apartment, as you can see it. Many restaurants inside, it's a small apartment, and this is now my new house. And this is my first car, and these are my cars now. So one thing when I'm going to say it, even it's very important, don't follow the money. Christina, she said the money is the award of your project, one of your slides, but keep it in your back. Once you put the money in front of you, you think about the money, you will lose quality. Trust me on this. Once you put the money in front of your eyes during the business, you will lose quality. Never think about the money. Think about my communication with my client, what's wrong in our service, in our product, what we are doing. Solve it without arguing the cost. Don't think about the cost. Once you start thinking about everything in the cost in a project that you are running with your client, you will lose. So you have to think, and the money will come later. And I'm telling you, the money will come later because of the quality. People will come to you. Clients who want the quality, he will come to you. Don't worry. Okay. This one I'm going to say it in Arabic and English. It's the end, okay? So, in my last, the King Salman Center, they sent me to a state to talk with the young Saudis there in the state, in LA, in Houston, to give them lectures and to convince them to be an entrepreneur, to start their own business. So all of them, or most of them, they are always saying, oh, it's tough, we cannot to do it, how we can do it. So they've been all negative. Okay, so I told them in my hands, I'm going to say it in English and in Arabic. I was just showing them my fingers and saying, the first 3 years in my life, it was the best days in life. Hope never be back. أجمل أيام حياتي. Allah لا يعيدها. So what do you mean of this? It's nice I talk about people, I remember it now, I talk in front of you, this is what I have done, but I don't want it to be back. I don't want it to be back. It's really tough. It really was tough. I didn't want it to be back. But I enjoy talking to people about it. So nothing, it's give and take. Nothing will come easy. Nothing will come easy. You have to suffer to get later on. This is what I tell all the entrepreneurs, especially the student who's going to start after the graduation, they want to start their own business. You have to suffer. It's not you must, you have to suffer. And then you will get later on. All this, what you do it for them. So you work for them, give them as much time. I never ever work in the weekends. I never ever work after 5:30 p.m. because this is their time. You have to give them from your time. Don't think that I have my business, I have to work hard to feed them. No. They will help you to take better decisions when you are relaxed and you have time. As I said, I never ever work in the weekends. My vacation, it's my vacation. I close phone, I close everything. 5:30 p.m. I am in my home. If anyone called me, unless he's dying, they know that he's going to be in trouble. Don't call me unless you are dying. That's it. Work have to be done, the things. When you are sitting and you feel comfortable with your family, your people, for me, I take it as it will give you more accuracy in your decision next day. So you will be more comfortable. You enjoy your weekend even. So you get more percentage, I would say it. Your decision in taking any action or any decision with your employee, with your client, it will raise. It will be 80%, 90% of the accuracy of what you're going to decide to do it. So this is their time, and your business is not only your baby. That's it.
السلام عليكم. الكرايسس اللي حصلت عندك. Should I say it in Arabic or English?
English.
Okay then. So since the crisis happened, how long did it take you to get your next project in Sudan?
1 year, exactly 1 year. The crisis started in January, and by the end of December 2010, I awarded 2 projects in Sudan.
All right. Thank you.
بسم الله. معاذ تميمي, Business School Cafe BM. Just I want to ask you a critical question. A lot of people are wondering, when is the right time to launch your project or your startup? Is it right after you graduate from school, or you just wait, get employed, like you start collecting your capital and then start? So based on your information, when is the right time?
You need experience in life, experience technically. So choose something. I would recommend to everyone. Minimum 3 years you need. It did work for me, so I think it's going to work with others. So minimum 3 years and more, but don't take longer time. So 3 years, I think is going to be good. A very deep technical in any technical company that in your specialty, and at that time you can save money. So never go from university to start up your business immediately. I don't recommend it.
Thank you.
Abdulwahab, here. Abdulwahab, I only have a word of recognition. Thank you so much for sharing your personality, and this is what I called a golden presentation. You've been a golden sponsor, but you delivered a golden presentation. Thank you so much for sharing that much personal insights.
Thank you. Well, I thank you for Dr. Wal, who invited me, and I'm very bad in social life because I have work and I have family. This is my target. So without their invitation, I would not be here. And I would like from anyone, just invite me. I will come. Just grab me. Take me for my time, really.
You repeat it many times, act big, act big. Do you mean to start big or trying to be bigger, or just act big so no one see you as a small business?
Yes, no, it's not, yeah, don't let them feel you are small, okay? Don't cheat, don't lie on them. What I say, act like big. Don't start with your website. Let people see website. They think there is something, okay, which is good. It's the basics and the ethics of business. Website, email with a domain. Don't use Yahoo, Gmail, these things. They will think that you are freelance or an independent. You didn't have a backup, so you are one person. Don't show them that you are one person.
But is the goal to be big in the minimum time, or just to
Now,
have
with
something?
time, you will be big. And this will reflect in your personality. When you act and you compete with the bigs and act like bigs, you will feel it in yourself with the time. You will feel it in yourself. For me, I'm competing with the Schlumberger, I compete with everyone. Now, after 18 years, I'm going to producing oil. So I act big. I never care. There's nothing different between me and them.
يعطيك العافية محمد الصالح. شكرا عبد الوهاب. Thank you for sharing your personal experience. It was very encouraging and motivating. My question to you, what is your added value over your competitors?
My added value?
Yes, over your competitors.
Okay. I did inspire others now to start what I have done, started in the beginning. So my added value for my competitor, I compete with who? I choose my client. Who are they? I compete with, in the beginning, with Baker Hughes. I compete with Schlumberger and all my projects in Aramco. That I take it, the manpower consultancy, it was with Schlumberger and Baker Hughes. The Will-Log digitizing was GeoQuest with Schlumberger. And also the geological was with Digicon, the geological and geophysical data management. So I competed with a client, their overhead is high. So this is their weakness. And for me, my overhead is nothing. It's only tiny office, and my salary is expensive, not that expensive. Even the people I recruit them from locally. But for Schlumberger, they have a rank of salaries and packages, which is very expensive. So the overhead, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the golden talk. I completely agree.
Thank you.
You mentioned when you were at school that you saw you were different, that you thought differently, and that's why you took this path. So Professor Whale has the Entrepreneurship Institute. His job is to foster folks like you who think differently. What should he do so that we get more people like you?
I would advise during the school, let them go into the private sector during the summer, during anything. Let them get involved in any projects. Let them feel the work. Let them discover by themselves what's the type of business he might like it or doesn't like it. A project, not educational project, with the private sector. So I know that the R&D, research and development in KFUPM, they have a project for the government. Let your students work in the private sector, because it's money talk. When money talks, things are different. So what did motivated me? It's because I work with my professor for money.
I want to have one question actually about life balance. I like the slide about the life balance. When really you start making this life balance during the journey of entrepreneurship?
When I get married. Before that,
Early
yes.
stage.
Yes. After I getting married, yes, getting in the cage, yeah, I started to, and it did help. And did.
It's a golden cage.
Yeah, it's a golden cage, yeah. Okay. After that, I feel that it is, I've been working hard, very hard, even during the weekends before the marriage. When I get married, even sometimes during the weekend. It did not improve my business. It did not. Now, I am telling you now, I am more focused on the work, because, as I said, the weekend, you never believe it. Even emails, I don't reply to it. I don't bother myself. Nothing. After 5:30, no way. No way. No way. So I am more focused on the work. I give more, and I did feel it myself. Sometimes some ideas come to me crazy, because I'm comfortable and relaxed. I have my time. I have my time with my kids, with my family, and I have my own time. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. This has been very inspiring.